Someone cooked here.
This was a pretty fun episode. It continued the story from the first episode, but it not only highlighted Shoma's character, but also the world that he came from and for now resides in. We finally got to see the Stomach family, and I just love they straight up just have a regular ass factory in this weird painting of a world. Like, I am still not sure if they're supposed to be like aliens, but I still hold to my theory that the Granoots are just straight up like modified humans. I still believe they're cyborgs that somehow just found their way to this alternate reality where they have a regular ass factory where they make their crack. Which seems that factory is actually really nice to fucking work at, because like, for fuck's sake, it feels like the family actually has some sort of business sense. They have regular old workers. If it's in the factory, they have their agents, which are the cyberpunk folks, and also they have like part-time workers, which is nice. Hey, like, I would love to be a Granoot. I just stick a mouth in my stomach. I'm fine with that. But here's the thing, before I sign up, I just need to know, is there like a 401k, and also do they pay for dental? Because like, I now have 2 sets of teeth to actually like take care of, and I think it's kind of important. But I just love how weirdly tight this entire organization is. I understand this is very much a drug empire, and most of the time the drug empires are very cleanly and very tight in their operation, but it's so weird. It's like, wow, like they're very much committed to their craft and to making the best product possible. Let's hope that none of them would get caught and go on and just become Walter White. And it is kind of interesting that most humans taste differently, and some humans like taste differently, and some taste better than others. So some humans are in a higher commodity than others, which is super interesting. And it is cool how much that we haven't gotten like full on, like, at least show wise, we haven't gotten full on like pretty much, oh, this is their role. You pretty much understand from the way they are pretty much placed in the scenery, or at least what they're talking about. Like Lango, the dude with the weird haircut, is very much the head of the entire organization, while I think it's Glata, I'm going to learn her name, is pretty much the head of the operation, specifically with the factory and the line workers, while Nilv, gosh, those names are fucking weird, but I think he's way more responsible for the back end of the product, more of like the scientific and more like FDA type of work, while it seems that Sheeta and Jeff are kind of like the HR and semi-responsible for the quote-unquote part-time workers, which they were very worried about the doggo Granoot, which it's kind of funny that it took them a while until they got X, and it's like, oh, the guy with the red Gavv killed him, while Shoma found another place to crash at, Chizuka's place, a lady that owns a handyman company, which it seems like she's the only person that works there, which is like men. She's a fucking cool badass lady, which I would love to see her transforming into a rider. Hey, she does like fit the theming of a Kamen Rider, pretty much her making the company help people out, which I like that she kind of like plays it down. It's like, hey, at least I make some sort of money from it, and it's like, Shoma's like, hey, which shows that he's a nice guy. He pretty much tells her, like, look at the friend that you helped. You pretty much jumped to help her, and after we both helped her, she was so happy, and then she was so happy when you delivered food to her. Like, you're also delivering happiness, which is like, Shoma, you're a nice little boy. I fucking love you. And also, I love the girl. I think it's Chiaka or Chiaka. I would call it Chiaka, yeah. I would go Chiaka, and then I would learn her name fully in the next episode. I just love that Shoma was pretty much like jumping into the work and was like, you know what, fuck it, I have nothing to do, and you gave me food and a shower, which is interesting that he doesn't know what a towel is, but maybe just the towel that she gave him was like extra nice, and maybe because of that, like he thought it was cotton candy. And also she gave him treats and real food, which we discovered that he doesn't produce good cheese from real food, which is kind of upsetting because I would have loved, let's say, a fried chicken form for Gavv. It would have been cool, but also, hey, I did like the moving scene where we see the twink that is Shoma is freakishly strong. Again, I still believe they're modified humans. Like, come on, like, you're already doing like the Kamen Rider and the monsters are the same thing. Just make them modified humans. That would be cool. But I also love that we got to talk, that Shoma got to talk more about his mom, and oh boy, those plates of food look, they look disgusting. Like, it seems like in their universe is like, if you don't eat the dark treats, you eat bland fucking food that looks and tastes so horrible. Pretty much your mom will start talking about chips like it's fucking crack cocaine. I'm just saying. And from the fight with the Granute, it was great. It seems like that the early stage of production did really help, at least with the choreography wise and a lot of the cinematography within the fight, which is like very fucking cool. It's kind of sad that Gachard's pre-production was a living hell from what I understood, but hey, at least we got really cool fights. I'm not going to talk about the suit now, but you probably understand that I'm not commenting about the suit, the new suit's look, for a very specific reason. But in my opinion, how much I did like seeing the Stomach family and kind of how they operate, we get to the highlight of the episode, and that is we discover how, first of all, Hanto knows about the Granute, but why he's so invested in them. Well, his mother was attacked by one, and probably she was also encased in those weird keychain things like Shoma's mom did. I do fucking love that both of our writers right now, the only confirmed writers, it was kind of interesting that, okay, both of our writers have the same sort of backstory with both of their moms being attacked by a Granute, which both of them seems to have at least a big difference in why. It seems that Shoma's mom was very much rebelling against the Stomach family, while Hanto's mom, it seems that she was just attacked out of nowhere. It is interesting how they're going to resolve their kind of interesting, it's going to be interesting to see their dynamic, because again, this world very much seems to be seeing Gavv and the Granute to be the same, the monster Granutes at least, specifically with the girl that Shoma and his new friend help. Pretty much like when she saw Gavv, she was like super fucking scared, and how much she heard Shoma talk, she was so in shock of what the fuck is going on, she didn't even fucking recognize Shoma's voice, which I get it. Hey, after you get captured and you pretty much get caught in a keychain, I would have been pretty much in shock too, but still, it is interesting how their dynamic is going to work. Is Hanto is going to play the long game, believing that maybe Shoma knows or was the monster that attacked his mom? How much, if you think about their age difference, doesn't really work? Again, if I am going with my entire theory of the Granutes are just modified humans, so it is interesting how those two are going to work together. Which kind of leads to the big theory about the Red Gavv, because I've actually just noticed, it wasn't that long ago, but I actually noticed that the Granute that Hanto actually drew had a Red Gavv on it. So it is interesting that somehow we have now two characters that have a Red Gavv, which probably means something. I don't believe that the Gnu that attacked Hanto's mom is Shoma. Doesn't make any sense. It could be Shoma's dad or someone that is a part of Shoma's lineage, or the Gavs are something different. We don't really know the hierarchy of Gavs and how they really work, but it is interesting that the Stomach family don't have the regular kind of like Gavv stomach or Gavv pretty much mouth like we saw in Nilv. Like Gavv, it's pretty much a rider belt. It's the most rider belt that Gavv right now has a show. So it is interesting if like not all Gavs are mouths. Maybe some of them are, maybe some of them can be modified into the belts that I think most of the Stomach family has, or at least the Gavs that the Stomach family uses are evolved version of a mouth Gavv. Again, it is really interesting lore-wise how the red Gavv is going to play out, because it seems to be like a big detail and a big thing that people really love to kind of like point out. Even in like, I think the teaser for next week's episode is like the sisters were like, oh my god, it's the guy with the red Gavv. It's like, it seems like the red Gavv is something special, and I'm actually interested in it. It's a thing that like Gachard kind of started doing, and I kind of hated that they kind of dropped it, because I am very much a big proponent and a big fan of just making the driver like a big special item. I love Kuga for it, because the way that they kind of made Kuga's transformation device be special, which not a lot of rider shows do, and with the pretty much, I would say, toyification, or like the over toyification, or I don't know how to call it, but the over ridification, riderfication of Kamen Rider, it feels like it's kind of lost, and making at least like the main like rider's driver something special, I'm fine with. Again, I'm kind of interested to see how Hanto is going to kind of get his gun. There is some theories that I've seen online that maybe it's just one of the foot soldiers' guns and he can just use the Kuchizu with it. It would be interesting if the girl is going to transform into a Kamen Rider, how she's going to do it. Is she going to just use another weapon kind of like Hanto? Again, right now, this was a great like overall setup. How much I believe the first episode was stronger, because it focused on like less characters. But I did love this episode. It was great. It was great to see more of the Stomach family. It was great to get introduced to the girl. Again, I would learn her name like more proficiently next week. I love that we get to see more of Hanto's character, and it seems that maybe Hanto is going to get like a bigger role in next week's episode than just a background role, just small little bits, to now kind of being a big proponent with maybe him discovering that Shoma is Gavv. While also it was kind of cool that they brought back the kid and he kept fucking Shoma's words and he didn't talk about him. Yeah, this episode number 2 of Kamen Gavv gets a fucking A. It was great. Let's talk about the fucking let's talk about the lace form. I still don't like it. I'm sorry. Like, nothing about this form really enticed me to pretty much say, I want a figure of that. I don't know. Like, there is something about this form that nothing gravitates it to me. Like, here's the thing, not like a popping gummy, like I can clearly see there is very heavy samurai influences in this form, but I don't know. I don't know if it's like the colors I don't vibe with. Maybe if it was a different color I would like it more. But boy, yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like right now, nothing about Gavv's suits actually like really entice me to really want a figure of them. Again, sorry. Just me. It's my opinion. But yeah, what you thought about Gavv episode 2? Comment below, let me know. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you liked it, please press that like button. if you already didn't, help your subscribe button achieve its gacha of becoming a subscribed button. So yeah, don't forget, you're the only one that can prevent forest fires. Thank you very much and have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.